Have you ever wondered how filmmakers weave a captivating narrative through their videos? What's the secret sauce that keeps you glued to the screen? The answer lies in the transformative power of video editing. It's an alchemical process that turns raw footage into a compelling story, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary, and breathing life into visual narratives. Video editing is the invisible hand that guides us through a story, subtly shaping our emotions and perceptions. It's like a magic wand that filmmakers wave to transport us into different worlds, making us laugh, cry, or gasp in wonder. Now, you might be thinking that video editing is all about cutting and splicing clips together, but there's much more to it. It's a careful and deliberate process of selection, organization, and manipulation of video clips. It's about knowing when to cut, when to let a scene breathe, and when to transition to the next. Editing is also about creating a rhythm, a pace that matches the heartbeat of the story. It's about crafting transitions that are seamless and natural, creating a flow that keeps the viewer engaged and invested. It's about using effects and color grading to enhance the mood and evoke emotions. Moreover, video editing is a vital tool for visual storytelling. It allows filmmakers to control the narrative, guiding the viewer's focus and unfolding the story in a particular sequence to create suspense, surprise, or dramatic effect. Video editing is also about problem solving. Sometimes the footage may not come out as planned, or the story might not be working. That's when the editor steps in, finding creative solutions to make the story work, transforming challenges into opportunities. And let's not forget the role of sound in video editing. The integration of music, sound effects, and dialogue adds another dimension to the story, creating an immersive auditory experience that complements the visuals. So, the next time you watch a video, remember the invisible artists who meticulously crafted the narrative, frame by frame, cut by cut. Video editing is much more than just cutting and stitching clips together. It's an art form that shapes the narrative and guides the viewer's experience. The tools and techniques a video editor uses can greatly influence the final product. A well-edited video is like a well-cooked meal. It's all about the ingredients, the recipe, and of course the chef. In this case, the ingredients are your raw footage and audio. The recipe is your editing technique, and the chef is, well, you, the video editor. Let's explore the world of editing techniques. The most basic one is the cut. It's the seamless transition from one shot to another, giving the illusion of continuity. Then there are more sophisticated techniques like crossfades, where one scene slowly fades into another, or jump cuts, which can create a sense of abruptness or speed up the narrative. Transitions are another key technique, acting as visual bridges between scenes. They can be as simple as a fade to black, or as complex as a 3D rotation. These can set the pace of your video and guide the viewer's attention. Color grading is like the final touch of seasoning. It can change the mood of a scene, create visual consistency, or even give a unique style to your video. But what about the tools? Well, there's a smorgasbord of video editing software out there. Adobe Premiere Pro is a powerhouse with a wide range of features for both beginners and seasoned editors. It's fantastic for everything from short clips to full-length documentaries. Final Cut Pro is another great option, especially for Mac users. It's known for its speed, efficiency, and powerful media organization. And then there's DaVinci Resolve, a favorite among colorists. It offers advanced color correction and grading tools, and the best part, there's a free version that's pretty robust. Remember, each of these tools has its strengths and unique capabilities. It's all about finding the one that suits your needs and style the best. The choice of techniques and tools can make a world of difference in conveying the story you want to tell. So experiment, explore, and most importantly, have fun. After all, video editing is as much an art as it is a science. How does editing shape the narrative of a video? It's a question that invites us to delve into the heart of storytelling through video editing. At its core, video editing is about constructing a narrative. It's the art of arranging shots in a sequence that tells a compelling story. But it's not just about stringing shots together. It's about rhythm, pacing, and continuity. Consider rhythm. Just like a song needs a beat, a video needs a rhythm. It's the pulse of the narrative, the tempo that guides the viewer's emotional journey. Faster editing rhythms can create tension and excitement, while slower rhythms can evoke contemplation or serenity. Then there's pacing. Pacing is the speed at which a story unfolds. It's about knowing when to slow down to let a moment sink in, or when to speed up to keep the viewer engaged. A well-paced video keeps the viewer on the edge of their seat, their attention undivided. Continuity editing is another essential aspect. It's about creating a seamless visual flow, a coherent spatial and temporal logic that keeps the viewer grounded in the narrative. It's the art of making the viewer forget they're watching a series of shots, immersing them in the world of the story instead. But these elements don't work in isolation. They're interwoven, shaping the narrative in tandem. A change in rhythm can signal a shift in mood. A change in pace can heighten suspense or offer a moment of relief. Continuity editing can guide the viewer's attention, subtly pointing out what's important in a scene. So, how does editing shape the narrative of a video? It's about more than just putting shots in order. It's about crafting a rhythm that carries the viewer's emotions, pacing the story to keep the viewer engaged, and maintaining continuity to keep the narrative coherent. Editing is not merely a technical process. It's a creative one, a form of storytelling in its own right. It's about shaping the raw material of footage into a narrative that resonates, that moves, that captivates. Editing is like the invisible thread that weaves the story together, guiding the viewer's journey through the narrative. Can you imagine a horror film without its eerie soundtrack, or a comedy without its laugh track? Sound design plays a crucial role in video editing, often overlooked, yet it's the power behind the throne, the wind beneath the wings, the invisible force that shapes our viewing experience. It's not just about the dialogue or the background music. It's about creating an immersive auditory landscape that complements the visual narrative. Let's delve a bit deeper into this. When we talk about sound design, we are referring to everything auditory in a video: dialogue, ambient noise, sound effects, and of course, the music. Each of these elements serves a unique purpose, and together they create the soundscape of the video. Dialogue, for instance, is the vehicle of the narrative. It carries the story forward and gives voice to the characters. But the dialogue alone doesn't create an immersive experience. That's where ambient noise steps in. The subtle hum of a city in the background, the chirping of birds in a forest scene, or the distant sound of waves in a beach setting. These seemingly inconsequential noises add a layer of authenticity and depth to the scene. Sound effects, on the other hand, are the cherry on top. They enhance specific actions or events in the video, like the eerie creak of a door opening, the roar of a car engine, or the soft click of a camera shutter. And then there's music, the emotional amplifier of any video. A well-selected soundtrack can evoke a spectrum of emotions, from joy to sorrow, fear to relief. It sets the mood, underscores the tension, and often tells a story of its own. But remember, sound design is not just about adding sounds. It's about strategically choosing and placing each sound to enhance the narrative, evoke emotional responses, and create an immersive viewing experience. It's a delicate balancing act, a dance between silence and sound. So the next time you're editing a video, pay attention to the sound. Experiment with different sound elements, play with the rhythm, and see how it changes the overall vibe of the video. In the world of video editing, sound is the unseen character that adds depth and dimension to the story. What does the future hold for video editing? As we gaze into the digital crystal ball, we can see that the world of video editing is on the cusp of some truly revolutionary changes. Artificial intelligence is making significant strides, promising to automate some of the more tedious aspects of editing. Imagine software that can auto-detect scene changes or even emotions and suggest appropriate edits or transitions. This not only speeds up the editing process, but also allows editors to focus more on the creative aspects of their work. Virtual reality and augmented reality are other exciting frontiers in video editing. These technologies allow for immersive storytelling experiences that were unthinkable just a few years ago. Rather than simply watching a story unfold, viewers can step into the narrative, exploring the environment, and interacting with the plot in real time. The challenge for video editors will be to craft narratives that can adapt to this interactive environment. We're also seeing the rise of cloud-based editing platforms. These platforms allow for seamless collaboration among teams, regardless of their physical location. They also offer the advantage of scalability, with easy access to additional resources as needed. This is a game changer for larger projects, where effective communication and workflow management are key. And let's not forget about the potential of 3D editing. With advancements in 3D technology, editors can create lifelike environments and characters, adding a whole new dimension to storytelling. Think of it as sculpting a story, rather than just telling it. Lastly, the future of video editing is likely to be influenced by social media trends. Short-form videos, vertical formats, and interactive content are just a few examples. These trends challenge editors to tell compelling stories in new and innovative ways. As technology advances, so do the possibilities for storytelling through video editing. Who knows what amazing narratives we'll be able to create in the future?